So let's start with our lecture 10. This is your hydrolytic um, uh, lysosomes we are going to start with. See, lysosomes are formed from your Golgi bodies, isn't it? They give rise to your lysosomes, and these lysosomes are what? They are bag-like structure, and they contain what? Hydrolytic enzymes whose pH is highly acidic. See, it is the digestive compartment. Already I have written for you. So it has got various kinds of role. One of the major role is digestion. Okay, digestion of food, and also even they digest your waste, like dead. It cleans your cell by uh, by digesting your debris of your cell, like old worn out cell organelles are there. So cleaning is also one of the major role of your lysosomes. Okay, so they contain your hydrolytic enzymes, and I hope you know that lysosomes are also called as what? Suicidal bags. When, in which condition they act, like if one or two lysosomes they release their content, it's not that they are going to digest the cell. See, cytoplasmic pH is neutral, and these enzymes they work under highly acidic condition, therefore they won't be active. But if too many lysosomes burst, and in which conditions they will burst, we will talk about it later. So first, let's see what is happening. These hydrolytic enzymes. So, like a food vacuole, in case of amoeba, also you have seen, isn't it? Plasma membrane. So this is your food vacuole. When lysosome attaches to it, what it does? It is causing digestion of that food, and that food is being now absorbed by the cell, isn't it? Now, in the same way, what we have, I have done here. Just see. Now this is your another part which I said that its function is also what? Cleaning of your cell. It cleans the debris of the cell. So this is your lysosome, and you can see this is the vesicle which is containing your mitochondria, another organelle of the cell which is damaged. It's no more functioning. Okay, so what is happening? Now you can see lysosome fuses with this vesicle, damaged organelle, and these hydrolytic enzymes they digest the organelle. So what they are doing, in a way they are cleaning your cell, isn't it? And so this condition is called as what? Autophagy. That is, auto means self means they are eating the self organelles of that cell. Fine. So already I said you ki they are also called as suicidal bags, and they are called suicidal bags because what they do, they are called suicidal bags because in that condition they are called as suicidal bags because in certain conditions what happens, if the cell is not functioning properly, then these lysosomes vesicles they burst themselves out, and they digest that entire cell. This is the condition which we see during menstrual cycle. Now we see the sloughing of the uterine wall, and that happens because this is one of the major condition that is causing suicidal bags. Like they are bursting, these lysosomes burst and causes the uterine wall to slough off. Okay, now we are moving to the next major organelle which is part of your transmembranous system is your vacuoles. What are vacuoles? They are bag-like structures, isn't it? But they are larger than vesicles, okay, and they are derived from your endoplasmic reticulum or Golgi bodies. And the solution inside the vacuoles, it differs from the cytosol. There are different types of vacuoles, like food vacuole. You have seen in amoeba how food vacuole is formed, and then contractile vacuole. I don't know whether you remember or not that in amoeba there is a vacuole which we call as contractile vacuole, whose major function is what? Its function is osmoregulation. What is osmoregulation? Osmoregulation is, its function is osmoregulation. What do we mean by saying osmoregulation? That is, we mean to say that they maintain the salt and water balance in the cell. Like amoeba. Amoeba is lying in fresh water. You find them in fresh water. So they are lying where? In a hypotonic solution. So constantly water is moving into their cell, isn't it? So if the cell is gaining, this is your contractile vacuole, and if the cell is constantly gaining water from outside, then what will happen? The cell will burst. Okay, the cell will burst. So what a provision has been done? A provision is there that these contractile vacuoles constantly throw this extra water out of the cell. Okay, so their main function is what? Osmoregulation. That is, they maintain the salt and water balance in the cell. Then another vacuole is the central vacuole. You find that there are smaller vacuoles also and bigger vacuoles also in case of plants. And these smaller vacuoles, what do they contain? They contain lot of inorganic ions, and they also store your proteins, your glucose, your various other solutes are also stored in them. And these central vacuole, if you see, their major function is what? They gain water and they increase in size, they increase the size of the cell, and they also are storing inorganic nutrients. And in certain cases in plants, you will see that these vacuole, they also store water. They store the metabolic waste of the cell, and they, like grasses and all, to prevent themselves from being eaten by herbivores and to make themselves unpalatable, many plant cells store these waste in these vacuoles. Okay, so these are the functions of your vacuole. Now let's start with our ribosomes. You know that it is a organelle which is not covered by any membrane. It is non-membranous, and the major function of ribosomes are what? They are the protein factories. Okay, so they synthesize your proteins. And ribosomes, they are made up of what? RNA and proteins, and they carry out protein synthesis, whether they are attached to endoplasmic reticulum or free in the cytosol. Their major function is what? To synthesize proteins. Now I have told you there are two kind of ribosomes in eukaryotes. Okay, these ribosomes we call as what? ATS. These ribosomes, they consist of what? Larger subunit and smaller subunit. Fine. This larger subunit, if you look at it, is 60S and 40S. And in case of prokaryotes, collectively it is called as 70S ribosomes, and larger subunit is 50S and smaller is 30S. Now what is this S? Try to understand this. S stands for sedimentation coefficient. I hope you know what is sedimentation, like when something settles down. Okay, now here how do we separate them? How do we separate these ribosomes from the cell? So we use a cell fractionation technique, and in which what we do, we centrifuge these substances. Centrifugation is what? Where we move these substances at a very high speed in a solution. Okay, and what kind of solution we are using here? Here we are using density gradient. Okay, density gradient. Density gradient now means that this solution is what? It varies with its density. Okay, like here at the lowest highest density you can see I have marked it for you. So likewise you will find the lighter ones will separate at upper part and larger substances will separate at lower part of the tube, isn't it? Because this entire solution is what? Density gradient, means according to its density it is graded. Okay, now if you centrifuge these ATS ribosomes, then larger subunit separates at what? At 60S, and smaller subunit separates at 40S. But if entire ribosome separates at what? At 80S. Fine, you don't have to plus them. Okay, so according to their sedimentation coefficient at what inside the tube, at where they separate out, where they sediment, that is written here. Okay, accordingly we designate them as 80S and 70S. Fine. And here in case of prokaryotes, the larger subunits separates at 50 and smaller at 30, and collectively the entire ribosomes get separated at 70S. I hope it's clear. Thank you.